Hello there, this is Nan, and here is a review of a very old Lego book. This one is called the Ultimate Lego Book. This one I dug up from somewhere in my house. I remember I had this book in 2000 or so. It was the first Lego publication by DK, and it was kind of the Lego book back in the day about 14 or 15 years ago. So I haven't looked through it yet. It's actually very dusty. I don't know if you can see the dust in the video here, but here and here are very full of dust. You can see the dust on my fingers there. So let's go ahead and open this ancient classic and kind of I'll talk about some of the things that struck me as a kid, and then it's been a while since I reviewed the book or since I've looked through the book, so we'll see some of the things that kind of catches my eye. So table of contents, introduction, and then this is a brief history of Lego mentioned in the first pages, and this is the timeline of when the first Lego brick was made, and then you can see its progression and evolution throughout the ages, and see when new elements were introduced. This was actually my favorite section of the book. I remember looking at it or perusing through it quite profusely when I was a kid, and looking through all the different elements and learning about the history of Lego. So you can see that the minifigure was first introduced in the late 70s, and then moving onwards, you have sets that are more recognizable for people back in the day, like this Technic vehicle, I remember that one, and then also the pirate ship, and for Lego Rito, which is actually my favorite Lego set. So even some of the other sets like the Caterpillar, I remember seeing this one from the catalog, and the timeline ends in 1999 when the Rock Raiders were introduced. So some apparel, some Lego video games. You can see back then they were very rudimentary. I own this game here. It's what's it called? Not chess, Lego Creator. So I definitely remember spending hours building stuff and then playing around with them. You can make the minifigures walk around, and it's kind of a cool game for its day back then. So Mindstorms, very rudimentary, first generation, I guess, program brick. So never dabble in Mindstorms, but that's what it looks like back in the day. Anyways, going on to Rock Raiders, which is one of my more familiar themes, and I really enjoy this, seeing some of the prototype elements, and then also a white rock monster, which as a kid I really wanted back then. And then this is cool because this is a Lego representation of the factory, and each step in making a Lego brick. So you can see there, and moving on to talk about the master builders and some of their creations. Again, very large sculptures, and this next, the majority of the book actually features these large sculptures and a lot of mini-land scale creations with the mini-land scale figures right there. More sculptures. And more sculptures. And mini-land figures. So these are some interesting ones. And try to remember if anything caught my eye back then. Again, I never really built in that scale, so to me that's kind of unfamiliar. This snail was pretty cool. I recreated it later, but back when I first saw it, I was like, that's a really nice idea, and I was able to appreciate that as a 12-year-old. So this more smaller design. So overall, the book really kind of featured predominantly mini-land scale or creations or large Lego sculptures. So back then, this was before Lego fans were present on the scene, and before they made their intricate creations like spaceships, castles, city creations, trains, cars, vehicles, and whatnot. So back then, I guess Lego was really dominated. I mean, mainstream culture was dominated by these visions of large sculptures. Again, a little bit about the Legoland parks, which I have never been to one before, and to be honest, I actually am not too interested in going to one either for some reason, because there's actually just a lot of sculptures there, which definitely take a lot of time and effort and creativity to make, but it's something that's beyond my familiarity and interest level. There are some pretty cool models though. Gotta admit, I really enjoyed these floats from Mardi Gras because they were one of the more intricate models that also used some interesting pieces, or I guess pieces in interesting ways, like the street cleaner thing right here, and then also the octopus. Alright. Very large Sydney Opera House. And this is a chess set that I remember really enjoying, and it never came out as I'd say a Lego set, but just, you know, opened up a very cool concept of using Lego minifigures as chess pieces. Some abstract designs, helmet, and I really liked this as a kid because it's essentially a Greeble man, so using all these little pieces that are known as Greebles to the adult fan community to make this standing figure. Okay, so that's the like a really quick and rapid trip through memory lane. So this is a more or less just a glance through the Ultimate Lego book that came out in the 1990s, late 90s, and showing you guys what's in it. So hope you enjoyed this semi-review, and I'll see you next time. Bye.